Hey everyone, this is Ivan from Pintado Tennis Training, and today I will be showing you guys how to hit the ATP backhand volley. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so the volley starts with the grip. Continental. 3 fingers on the bottom, one slightly spread out. Super hot out here, but we have our grip, so let's get to the next part. Okay guys, so everything starts from a good ready position. Notice I have my knees bent, I have a nice athletic position, and I like to have my racket slightly at an angle. So it looks like this. That way taking it back for a backhand slice is easier. If your ready position is here, you can still do it, but it just feels a little bit more awkward to me versus a ready position that looks more like this, kind of where Sampras and Roger Federer used to have. And now that we have our ready position, the biggest crucial factor is how your racket goes back. So if I'm on my ready position here, I'm trying to make sure that I reach a position like this. Now it's the left hand and my body turning that's getting me to this position. So notice if I'm facing the camera and I do a small unit turn, I'm loading the left leg and my right leg is also following. So I'm getting to this position. You cannot do it as well if you don't turn your shoulders. So everything starts with a nice shoulder turn. The next step is I want to make sure that my strings are facing the court, and this should kind of look a little bit like a triangle. Or if this was 90 degrees, right in the middle, about 45. So you have a take back, you loaded your left leg. If you're lefty, you just do everything the other way. So you would go here and get to this position like this. By the way guys, some common errors in the backhand volley, I'll go over them. Like I said, the biggest ones are the racket going too far back, or maybe not turning the shoulders enough. Another one is the tension on your wrist. You want to make sure that you have a strong wrist throughout this swing. If your wrist is what you call loose or in a weak position, you may end up breaking the wrist too soon, and you won't have that strong power effect. You won't be able to use the large muscle groups. It'll just be really dangly. You don't want to be dangly. You want to make sure you have a strong wrist for the finish. At first, if you're learning this for the first time, this is more for an intermediate and advanced player. So sometimes doing it shorter helps. And then once you get the timing of the shorter swing, now you can start doing a bigger swing. Because it's such a big swing, you got to make sure you develop your timing. So there's a reason why this type of volley I will teach to somebody that's more intermediate to advanced. And even an intermediate player may struggle a little bit at first to get the timing going on, but once you get the hang of it, it's good technique. Okay guys, now the follow through. Once you get into a position that looks like this, what's next is your racket is going to keep coming down on edge, and you're going to keep going down and across your body. If you study a little bit of Roger Federer, everybody types in Roger Federer slow motion volley on YouTube. Great, you can catch it there. From the take back, everything looks like it's going to edge and the arm keeps going across. So basically we're going this way. It's not that I'm remaining sideways. I'm not looking like this. My body does open up just a little bit. You gotta want to make sure that you don't open up too much with the body. I would open up just a little bit. If I'm aiming down the line, I don't open up my body as much. If I'm doing a cross-court volley, maybe my body opens up a little bit more. But ideally, the swing path remains the same. So I like to think of it as a forward down swing, and slightly across. Whatever helps you visualize this. You could think down and across. You could think forward and down. It's not literally straight down, and it's not literally straight this way. There's a little bit of both going on. Now, once you have the swing path, all that's left to do is throw in the legs too, because you want your momentum to go forward. So you gotta want to transfer your weight from left leg to right leg as you're swinging. So you load your left leg, and then now you go. The bigger the push, the more power you get. If your step looks like that, you're not gonna get a lot of power. If you're lunging into it, now you're gonna get a lot of power because your momentum is pushing forward while keeping your form. So it should look like 1 and then 2. You can follow with your feet too. You could either stop with your right leg here, or you could go right, left, and then you keep going for your next volley after that. So guys, there you have it. You have a take back, and you want to make sure the take back is always the same. On edge, you may have to record yourself to catch it. If you start doing it differently, it won't work. And once you have your take back, then you practice the finish, and then you practice the movement over and over and over. It helps to record yourself so you can compare your technique with a pro, and then self-correct from there. Okay guys, so notice how I'm very conscious of my take back. I want to make sure my racket does not go too far back or my wrist opens up. I want to make sure the take back is always the same. When the ball comes, I'm always ready to swing forward. So from here, 1 and then 2. I'm trying to make sure that the feet are still very active too. If I have more time, I'll pull it back more. And then I go 1, 2. Even if the ball comes a little higher, now I also have more time to take the racket back and then finish. So as you guys can see, everything is always the same. You can see the edge leading and my arm is going across the body. So it's down and forward and across. It's not just push out, and you want to be careful of your wrist. Okay guys, so I'm on my take back position, and I'm gonna hit a couple of backhand volleys so you guys can see.
Oh, in the air.
Got my nice assistant tossing me balls. So it should look like this way. Maybe a little bit closer on this side. Perfect. So this is the backhand volley, like Roger. If I have more time, I'll pull the racket back a little bit further, so I have more time to swing. But if the ball comes quicker, everything will be a little bit shorter. From here, it's hard to miss if it comes to you, but you gotta want to use your legs to always make sure that you're transferring your weight. If I don't use my legs, then it's all on. I can still hit it okay, but let me use no legs. And with the legs, your momentum can now go forward. I do a couple more. 1 and 2. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next